Merry Christmas from Banks, formerly known as Faze Banks. What a fucking terrible day. What a terrible year. I left Faze 5 months ago. And this wasn't for a narrative. This wasn't for the camera. This wasn't for Twitter. This was very, very real. It was off the heels of some Twitter drama, and the boys were, getting blown up in their comms and in their chats. And as we all know, in this world, wacky, strange world of streaming, that's really all that matters. These streamers, all of them, every last one of them, are forced to appeal to their comms and their chats and narratives on Twitter. And if they don't, they lose viewers. If they don't, they take a hit financially to their career. And this has a huge effect on who their friends are, who they're in relationships with, all of it, everything.
Doesn't have a whole lot to do with what's going on with Faze right now, but he's 100% right, actually. Like, absolutely. He's right on the nose there. Yeah, he is right. A lot of the, not just streamers, but a lot of like creators online are basically just like prisoners to their audience. And if they like, hang out with someone that their audience doesn't like, they'll get, blowback for it. So then they'll cut that person off or something. Like they do have to basically appeal to whatever their audience demands, which is why you see so many times like the allegations of being fake and all of that coming up from like former friends or something like that. It is true. I mean, he's not wrong. Doesn't have to be that way, but it is the way that it is.
The way they treat each other online is completely 100% based and rooted in the feedback that they get in real time from chats and comms. So again, as somebody, an old man, 34 years old, you guys never let me forget it, who no longer makes content, who doesn't have a stream, who doesn't have his own platform, it's impossible for me to create a narrative or control my narrative or really respond. Not that I really give a fuck to anyways, but yeah, all this drama is created, and we get on a call 5 months ago and the guys are like, listen, we're over the drama. We think it's best if you just like publicly step down from Faze, just to cool down the drama online. I reacted very emotionally to this. I was obviously took it very personally and was offended because, again, I used my entire network, every dollar that I've ever made, everything that I've ever had, this brand that I built, I used all of it as leverage to start these guys as a content group and to kick this shit off with the sole goal and intent to bring Faze back to the top, which we did. We did that all collectively. Over the last 2 years, Faze has won Org of the Year twice. And yeah, I was the first guy in the room. These guys would have never lived in a house together if it wasn't for me. These guys are all at minimum 10 times the size in terms of audience and platform now as before they joined Faze. These guys have all made millions and millions and millions of dollars in the last 2 years. And none of them could ever dispute the fact. Max just said it himself on his stream. Joining Faze was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. I've heard that from Lacey. I've heard it from Silky. I've heard it from Jason. I've heard it from Ron. I've heard it from Adapt. I've heard it from every single person that's ever joined Faze, specifically these guys. And I'm here to tell you, as former Faze Banks, this was one of the worst decisions I've ever made in my entire life. I gave up my entire adult life to this. I have put myself in millions and millions and millions of dollars in debt. I have never made not one singular dollar outside of my salary via Faze. Not selling it, not buying it, raising money. I've just put myself further and further in debt. Yeah, I think Faze to acquire and all.
How is that possible? I don't see how that's like possible at all. Like even just like all the ancillary stuff with Faze. There's just no way that's legitimate. I don't believe that. Like Faze has done so much for so many years, and Banks being at like the highest level of that food chain, he would have absolutely seen some of the upside to it. I don't know, I find that claim to be very hard to believe. I don't know what drama he's talking about with stepping down. I don't know what that's about. But even still, like, there's no way he wouldn't have made money on the way out too. Like, I highly doubt he just gave up his ownership for free, right? Like, there's no way. He probably would have, like, had his shares bought back or something. Had his equity bought back by whoever's in charge there, I guess. Whatever mystery entity is there. Like, I don't know. I just can't see that. Yeah, there's also all, like, the crypto stuff. Like, so many things. There's no way that it wouldn't have made some people some money there, and I can't imagine Banks wouldn't be someone on the receiving end of some of that upside. I don't know, I can't imagine.
Costs for these guys' careers over the last 2 years, I think ballpark $40 million. And I think probably collectively these guys have had to have probably made like 20 million in the last 2 years collectively, I would guess. And not $1 of that 20 million has ever gone back to Faze. Never mind me. Even if it did ever go back to Faze, that shit, it's not mine. And I just fucking can't believe it. I can't believe I'm in this position now where people are calling for my head. People are wishing for my death. People are telling me I ruined Faze. I ruined Faze, guys. I ruined it. When I have had not one say in anything that's gone on in the last 5 months, and I set all this shit in motion in the first place, I ruined it. I ruined it. There's 5, 6 individuals who are multimillionaires and have beautiful careers ahead, and God bless you, and I wish you guys the best, and I ruined it. Yeah. The fact of the matter is, if we went in a time machine 2 years back and I decided to never try to fix this Faze shit, I'd be much better off. I'd have more money, and these kids would just be doing what they were doing before.
I don't know. Maybe on his personal side, things would have been better for him if he didn't. I have no idea of knowing that. I truly think everyone that's successful now from Faze would have still ended up very successful. I truly do not think the age of content orgs makes sense anymore. Everyone that was signed there was already people that were clearly doing well. I think it definitely accelerated their growth because it connected them to each other. But they also could have just organically connected to each other as well. I just truly think they would have been fine without Faze regardless. I just don't see a ton of value in content orgs in the big 2025. But as for him personally, maybe he'd be better off if he never did it. I couldn't tell you. I just really don't see how it's possible that he would not have made anything off of everything Faze had been doing. And I'm not talking about with like the success of their creators, but all like the brand deals, all the shit they've had for so long. I don't know, it just doesn't add up to me.
It's hard for me to sit here and take that. It really is. And I plan on going live tomorrow or the next day at some point in the future and really kind of just laying it all out. A to Z, start to finish, the entire 15-year history of this, specifically the last 2 years, specifically the behind-the-scenes shit and the dynamic between all the kids in the back end. Because I just watched some clips from this Black Boy Max stream where he's playing a laugh track over my tweet. And it's like, Max, I know we've had like our individual differences, and I know I haven't really seen eye to eye with a lot of the talent because truthfully and honestly, I find you guys all to be incredibly ungrateful. I find you guys all to have insane egos, and I think it's disgusting and makes me sick to my stomach that your guys' relationships with each other and with every other streamer, and your community included, is so incredibly fake. You guys are the best actors on planet Earth, and you've made a complete career.
Oh, wow.
Max, these are your boys, but these are the same guys that said they fucking hated your guts after you left. And, you know, you're the program and you have an ego the size, you think you're Travis Scott and this and that. And also, like, Max, multiple conversations about how Ron's content's cringe and you guys didn't fuck with the dap. None of you guys fucked with Lacey or Jason in the beginning. You guys didn't.
pretty emotionally charged video about everything here. I thought this was going to be more about like what happened to lead to everyone leaving. This is not shedding light on that. This is very much like Faze drama type stuff. Interesting to see that coming into this kind of video here. I'm just very curious what happened internally that's led to everyone leaving, since apparently Banks hasn't been with it for 5 months. And I thought that's what this was going to be about. This is very much just like a drama-related stuff. It's so obvious they don't like each other. I couldn't tell you. What seems like Banks doesn't like the new generation of Faze that he put on very much. Seems like they don't get along well. As for everyone else there, I have no idea if they like each other or not. I'm not their fucking dad. I have no clue. He is right about one thing, though, that he says in the beginning. Most of the internet creators you see, streamers, YouTubers, that kind of thing, their relationships truly are transactional, built on, like, what the community will accept or what the community is okay with, that kind of thing. It's all very superficial. That's not wrong. He is right on that. Whether or not that applies to the Faze group right now, I have no idea. But he is right. That is a legitimate thing.